Righto, so this is morning 4. Excuse me, checking traps. Just coming up on the line now. Come over yesterday, nothing here. Dogs twice now have scratched the trap out on one trap. So, what's going on here? Huh, I've got a baby pig in the trap. Oh, look at that. So you can see him there, good. Well, that's good. Never caught a pig in a trap before. Just as well it wasn't a big one. They'd probably pull themselves out. Anyway, I'll deal with him, and I got my little Chris 22 back from the gunsmith now. Had to have a little thing fixed on it. So picked that up yesterday, and I'd been missing it. It's a handy little gun. Anyway, we'll shoot this thing and deal with the trap. Good night, little pig. The worst thing with a semi-auto, you gotta always make sure you got it safe. As soon as she goes, you've got another one up the spout ready to go. You always have to be conscious of what you're doing and be safe. I won't show you too much of that, but anyway, I'll get him out the trap and go and check up the next ones. Well, that makes me cranky when that happens. This has been a dog, maybe a fox as well, and he's left that trap alone. This is another one I set. And here's the pan cover. He didn't even touch that trap, but he's dug this one out. Scratched around. Oh, that makes me wild. There's definitely dog tracks in here. Got to change my tactics somehow. Well, there's nothing in that last one. So I've left the pig off near where they've been scratching the trap. And I'll come back later and reset some more, maybe in the scrub, do a bit of a trail set, blind sets in the scrub. If the dogs go in there to eat the pig, might be able to get them on the track in, if I can drag it somewhere where the wallabies aren't going to step on it either. It's just hard when there's a lot of wallabies around this area and they're hopping around everywhere. I've caught them in traps before, had them set traps off. They're just a nuisance. So hopefully you can find a spot that'll where I won't get a wallaby, but I might be able to get a dog, put it on a trail, narrow little track where he's going to walk, and just make it as inconspicuous as possible and keep the smell to a minimum. Hopefully we might get one yet. We'll see. Makes your brain work hard when you get these mongrels outsmarting you like that. It'll really be cunning to catch them. Anyway, we'll see how we go. See you a bit later on. So these dogs aren't playing the game right. So they do some tricks, so I've got to try and counteract those tricks. what I might do, I'm going to cut this pig up a bit and hang him up in the tree so they got something to look at. I've dragged him there so he's digging up the trap over there. I've dragged him up through here. Just gonna actually I might need I'll get a bit of cable. Thinking I might hang him up in that tree there. A bit of cable or something. High enough off the ground so he's got something to look at and smell in the air. And I might plant a trap around here, find a spot for him to put his feet. Cut the leg off this pig, so he's got something. Rub it on the tree so he's got some smell there. He's got something to look at. Like that. Dogs love pig meat. Right, let's hang this one up. Hang him up there a bit. I might put a bit of a blind set here. So if they come through here, got all these logs here. So over there they should either, might set another trap just in there. If they walk around that tree to hopefully smell at that meat. Righto, that should be reasonably good there. Don't want to leave any freshly dug up dirt. Don't want to give them any excuses to stop and have a sniff here, really. Want it as inconspicuous as possible. Look, it looks fairly well back to the original, how it was before. So now if I can set another one down in here. Run this cable right down through these bushes. Run that cable right down through here. I'll set my trap in here with the chain going out into that bush. Keep him up there, out of their reach. If everything's on the ground, they should be able to smell it. So I've got one trap in there, right there. Then I've got another one in here, and I've made it look like I possibly put one in there. I've got a cable and a drag, a bit of a peg leg up there. I've got another trap just in there, so if they come through this path here, a few logs and stuff, so they hopefully take the easiest path through the track. And there's a bit of pig blood and stuff over there. I don't really want them to go eating the pig if I can help it, and I just want them to be able to smell it and sort of tease them a bit so that it keeps them occupied on trying to get the pig down, sort of just out of their reach. I've slapped the pig leg on that tree and on that tree, so hopefully, they'll go down through those trees, and we can step on that trap. If he goes over to that one over there, hopefully he can sniff around there and hopefully smell that other thing before he be looking at the other spot where he thinks the trap could be. I dug it up and then smoothed it over again so it's disturbed dirt, he could smell the fresh dirt. But if he's got his nose in the air smelling it and the pig looking at that, he's got something to keep his attention while he's poking around. I'm getting pretty desperate now. Makes you wild when they don't do the right thing. Gloves off. So anyway, I'll keep going and check him tomorrow, and hopefully we got a dog. He probably won't even show up tonight, knowing my luck. Just heading up to go and check the traps again. See whether I had any luck this morning. Doesn't look like anything's happened here yet. Oh, something set the one trap off. Typical. The cattle have been here mucking it up. So the cattle have set that one off. Piggy's still in the tree there. Something set that one off. The cattle have been mucking around in here. They're all set off. And no dogs. Cattle have been through here. Well, that's a shame. Anyway, I'll get them all reset and try again. Not much else I can do. Just keep trying until you get it. Righto, we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. It's getting frustrating. Alright, see you tomorrow. Alright, so this is morning 6 of checking the traps. Coming down here this morning, I was seeing dog tracks down the main track this morning, so there must be a bit of activity down the other end of the place. I'm just coming up on this first set where I got the pig the other day. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Nothing's, trap's just in there. Been nothing here. Hopefully, well, I come up and set a trail camera up where the cattle disturbed them all yesterday, and I got here late yesterday afternoon, just before dark, and there's a big mob of cattle almost back there again. So I turned them around and headed them back the other way. So hopefully they didn't get disturbed last night. But now the question is, did the dogs come back? And if so, what happened? We're about to find out. And there's no dogs. No dogs been through. So nothing's obviously been along here last night. They might have moved out of the area for a couple of days. Hopefully they'll be back again soon. Right, I've just been out and set some more traps this afternoon. A different paddock. Just sort of, the dogs have been coming in. There's a pile of heifers over there where I dumped them the other day. I don't know whether you can quite see it through the gap in the trees, but it'll be 150 metres that way. The dogs have been travelling these tracks through the creek, and I've set a few more back there. There's some clumps of wild lime bush where they've been walking past. So hopefully put the scent on the upwind side. So there's a bit of a southerly breeze coming this way. I've got one down here. I've got one just in here with a cable tied around that log there. So hopefully they can't shift the log like that. Good little anchor point. I scratched a bit in the dirt, so there's a bit of loose smell there, and got a bit of rag in there with Tish's pee on it. It's about 8 o'clock at night. I was out feeding the dog, and next thing I see I hear a fox calling out down towards the road here, and so I'm just got my tripod on and 2-3 of the thermal, just walking down the road to see if I can find him. I think he's going the other direction, so I may not get him yet, but it's not often you hear him calling out here. So, see what we can find. Well, that went pretty quick. Just cut over the fence into a paddock, and the cattle started tearing off. I could still hear him way out in the distance out in the east. And then next thing I hear another one, he's coughing just not far away, just downwind of me. Anyway, we'll go and have a look at this fella and see what we got. Well, what do we got here? Big old dog fox. He's a big fox. He's got a nice white tip on his tail. So he's a big fox. I'll get him straight to the neck. It's about where I aimed to. Look at his teeth. He's all old, and even his little teeth are all worn down and pretty old. But I'll see if I can get a look at it on the camera. See, his teeth are all really worn down, or old coloured. That big eye tooth there's got a big chip off the front. The bottom one there's all worn. Is that for a big fox? There's my boot in comparison. He's a pretty big fox. Certainly the biggest I've shot here. I reckon it's probably the one I've seen his tracks down the road nearly every night, or nearly every morning for a fair while, or every few mornings anyway. So I was going to set some traps this afternoon, but ran out of daylight. Doing other things. Anyway, we'll keep going and get this fella back. More dog tracks here again from last night. And some fox tracks as well. So I wonder whether there's another mate to that other fox. I think the dogs have gone south, and then there's more dog tracks going north. So, let's see whether we've got one in our trap. Pretty big dog tracks too. Maybe I should set a trap here. It's a week today since I set the first of the traps, and still nothing. I went up yesterday afternoon and just after dark, and cattle were all there and at the traps again, and I moved them off and went and checked them and had already set one off. So I reset it, but there had nothing been back tonight or last night. So don't know whether the dogs have moved on. I shifted the camera to a different tree looking at the track in case they're just walking past and not stopping. So not sure what's going on, but it's a bit more promising down this other way where I got the runner traps I set yesterday. Anyway, that's the life of trapping. Don't always have successful runs. You just live in hope that you're going to catch one the next night. So, see what happens. Well, I'm just coming along here. These traps are set in the creek near the pile, and nothing in the ones down the track anywhere further. But then, I don't know whether you can quite see, but have a look at that. There's a dog in this trap. Oh dear, it started rolling away. Put the handbrake on. Better. Pretty white collar on this one. Hold still, mate. Woo! Fix that one. Well, success so far. I hope the cattle haven't wrecked the other one. This is the one that was set off yesterday. What have we got? That's a full paw catch on a bitch. That's excellent. What a pretty bitch too. I caught her on a bit of Tish's peas and a rag right in the bottom of the creek. Ah, she got sharp. And a big long dew claw there. It's pretty sharp. Not really any damage on her foot where it got. She was caught. Well, I'll tell you what, certainly pleased to get that bitch. I just cut her open, and she was pregnant with 7 pups. So that goes to show you how quickly they can breed up. Just taking the right one out, and that saved a lot of headaches down the track. So it's eight dogs in one trap. So anyway, we'll keep going and see what else I can find. Well, the cattle come back here last night, but I didn't disturb that trap. I'll have a look at the camera there soon, but I've got, they've kind of set one trap off, but now, what is it, a cat I think, set two traps off. Little black cat. That one's cattle erect. That one the cattle erect. Thankfully I got this one. Righto. I'm just going to pull these up I reckon, because cattle just come in every night. I don't reckon at all. Well, that was stupid of me. I just come here to check the camera and I'd realised yesterday I forgot to even switch it on. I shifted it to a different tree and then looking across the track to see if any dogs are just walking past, and then I only had one latch holding the door shut instead of the two of them, and it was off. Anyway, you make these mistakes sometimes when you push for time. Anyway, going to get these traps pulled up. Well, pretty successful morning. 8 dogs and 1 cat in the traps. Well, technically only 1 trap, but 8 in one go. Well, I think that's all for this video, guys. I'll leave the traps in for a few more days yet and see what I find, but I'll keep you updated if I get anything else. But I'm heading away for a few days and into this week, and or going away for a week or two, so don't think I'll be able to take my guns with me, unfortunately, but anyway, good to get a holiday. Haven't had one for a long time, so anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, also if you'd like to support what I do on Patreon, I've got a link in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.